death penalty is not a possibility. And that is that we do this in multiple days. We have legal reasons for doing that. Today is the first day. I'm going to be doing most of the questioning. I'm going to ask you some preliminary questions about the case or about your ability to serve on the case. And if you move on to the next round, you'll be back next week, either 1 or 2 times, depending on how far you go in jury selection and what stage of the proceedings we are in. At all times, you are to obey the following court order, which is this. You are not to look at any news stories, internet, Facebook, newspaper, nothing, no information outside of this courtroom about this case. That includes talking to your friends, your family, your neighbors, your coworkers, or letting them talk to you. If someone attempts to talk to you about this case, tell them that you can't participate in the conversation, walk away. Do not violate this order. I will sanction any juror that is discovered to have violated this order. And let me tell you why we issue this order. Your job as a juror is to listen to the evidence that is introduced in this case, in this courtroom, and only in this courtroom. And the reason for that is a reason that is a fundamental part of the American criminal justice system and a fundamental fairness. Both sides, the state and the defense, are entitled to know what evidence jurors are relying upon to make their decision. It is a fundamental part of our system of justice that you get to challenge any evidence that is being introduced against you or for you. You get to present evidence being introduced for you. You get to challenge it by asking questions, by offering explanations if you believe there are such, by presenting evidence to the contrary. There is a process that we go through so that we assure that all jurors are basing their decisions on the same facts and evidence. If we have jurors receiving information from other sources, you may be receiving information that's just flat out wrong, and you may be receiving information that's not admissible under our rules, but fundamentally what you are doing is sitting in a jury room and making a decision based on information that none of the people in this courtroom know about. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is fundamentally unfair, and it's un-American. Do not violate my order. Do not, from this time forward, until and if you are discharged as a juror in this case, you are not to consume any outside information about this case. Does anyone have any questions about what I just said? I'm not seeing any placards. All right. Let me start with some basics. Is there anybody who has any trouble with hearing or sight that would make it hard for them to sit as a juror? Anyone have any medical issues? We take breaks every hour to hour and a half during jury proceedings. Is there anyone who has medical issues that would cause that to be a problem? Juror in seat number 36. Yes, ma'am.
I'm breastfeeding, so I'm pumping, so I would be able to pump on that break, correct?
Okay. How old is your baby, ma'am?
He's 1.
He's 1, okay. All right, this seems like a good time to bring up a couple of more details about the case. In this case, the jury's going to be sequestered once they're picked. The trial is expected to last 2 to 3 weeks, depending on what happens during the trial. I can't tell you what's going to happen now. I just have to see what happens during the trial. Sequestration is not as horrible as it sounds. What happens is that we put you up in a nice hotel. We provide 3 meals a day. Someone's going to make your bed, clean your room, clean up after you, cook for you. Those are all the good sides of it. You're sequestered, though. We do make arrangements for you to see your family. By that, we mean spouse, partner, children, parents, close family members. And in the evenings, your time is your own, so long as you are not on the internet or, watching the news. You can't do those two things if the internet involves anything about this case. You can bring your computers, you can bring your electronics. If you need to do work or schoolwork after we're done in the courtroom, you're okay with doing that. It will be under deputy supervision. Under the rules, they watch to make sure that your conversations with folks do not involve this case. We work from 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. Sometimes we're here till a little bit later if there's a witness on the stand and we need to finish. And because the jury is sequestered, we work on Saturdays from 9 to 1. We do not work on Sundays. That is free time for all of you. So, since juror 36, I already have you with a microphone. Oh no, they took it away. People want to give that microphone up as fast as they can. Is there anything about being sequestered for 3 weeks that's going to interfere with your ability to breastfeed?
200%, yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, let me go back to just some basic stuff, which is, I'll get back to the sequestration in a minute. Is there anyone here who has difficulty understanding English? Juror in seat number 46. Yes, ma'am. What is your native language?
Spanish.
Okay. How much English do you understand?
I don't know. I understand all that you have talk, but I'm not talking fluently, and I know.
You're going to have to speak up, ma'am, because I can barely hear you.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I understand you, but many words that at the beginning start talking, I don't understand it.
Okay. From 1% to 100%, how much English do you understand?
Like an 80.
80%? Okay. Do you feel that you would be able to sit through a trial and understand everything that was being said in the courtroom?
I don't think so.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Anyone else who has trouble with English? All right. Juror in seat number 6. Yes, ma'am. Wait. You got to wait for the microphone. Yes, ma'am. I can't hear you. I'm sorry. It depends on where you hold the mic, whether it works or not.
Okay, I just understand a little bit.
How much is a little bit?
I don't know what talk about
50%?
Oh, I don't understand talk about before.
Okay, thank you. Staying with the front row, I thought I saw somebody else raise a paddle. Who is it? Seat number 12, thank you. Yes, ma'am, how much English do you understand? Can't hear you, sorry. It's not the mic, you have to hold the mic like this, okay? Go ahead.
Good morning. No,
How much English, it's working, how much English do you understand?
80%.
I'm sorry?
80%.
80%? Have you understood everything I've said so far?
Yes.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Anybody else? Number 19. Juror number 19. Yes, sir. What's your native language?
Excuse me?
What is your native language?
My name?
Your language,
My language is Spanish.
okay? How much English do you understand?
Really, I don't understand what's going on here. I think if speak slow, like 60. Speak fast, like 40.
I've tried to speak slow, sir. I start
a
that
lot.
way and I end fast. Can you understand what I'm saying?
Right now,
But not the rest of the time?
No, I
Okay.
lost a
All right,
lot
thank
of
you.
the time.
Juror in seat number 20. Yes, sir. How much English do you understand?
No entiendo nada.
All right, he said he doesn't understand anything. All right, thank you, sir. Anybody else? Okay. All right, anyone have any other physical or medical issue that I have not discussed or brought up that would make it hard for you to sit as a juror in this case? Juror in seat number 5.
Yes,
I get very severe migraines pretty frequently. So in a period of 2 to 3 weeks, it wouldn't be unusual for me to have at least several.
And can you explain to me what happens when you get the migraines?
I have trouble thinking straight. I have trouble with my balance. I
Okay.
usually have to lay down in a dark room.
Right. Thank you, ma'am. Anyone else? Juror in seat number 1.
My allergies, even right now, but it's just very, I'm very foggy, it's all over the place, as far as honest with you.
Okay.
So, I've been having this for weeks and weeks and weeks, and months. Oh, well, add another thing, I lost my dad, so I'm really not, I don't even know the words to explain right now. I lost him in November, so I'm really not where I need to be, if that makes sense, as far as being a juror. I'm being honest.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Anyone else? Seat 4.
I usually have like random nosebleeds that happens like occasionally. Like if I were to be here for like 2 to 3 weeks, like I wouldn't be surprised if I had it on like the time I'm here.
And how long does this nosebleed last?
I usually like I could put like a tissue paper up my nose and then it would usually go away like
Okay.
every 30 minutes.
So as long as we gave you a break, you'd be fine?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Juror in seat number 40.
29.
No, let's just start with 40 since I called the number. We'll get to 29 in a minute. Thanks.
I take care of my mother who doesn't have a car.
I haven't gotten to that yet.
Oh, okay.
This is just medical issues.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, thanks. 29.
I have an anxiety problem that I do see a doctor for, and I didn't think it would be a problem until we've been talking and listening. And
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
43.
I also have diagnosed anxiety. During high stress situations, I can panic and black out.
Do you have any forewarning that you're going to black out?
Usually shaking or increased heart rate. So I have medication with me, but it can make me foggy and memory loss. So.
Okay, thank you. Yes, this juror in seat, what seat are you in, ma'am? Or, I'm sorry, sir. Sorry, 14. Go ahead.
I am susceptible to anxiety and panic attacks in particularly high stress and unfamiliar situations, and I feel this may interfere with my ability to sit as a juror.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? Juror in seat number 10.
I have unmedicated ADHD and also high blood pressure.
Okay, thank you. Seat number 15.
Yes, I also suffer from anxiety. I just sitting here, I'm shaking, and I can't really think straight. So.
Okay, thank you, sir. All right. Starting in the first row, jurors seats 1 through 7. It's this row right here to my left. How many of you have jobs where your employer will not pay you if you're in jury duty? All right. Juror in seat number 2. Did you hear the question? Juror in seat number 1, are you raising your, okay, yeah. All right, so let's start with the juror in seat number 1. Do you get paid while you're on jury duty?
For the day.
For today?
For the day I do.
If
But
you were
after
on
that,
jury
no.
duty for 2 to 3 weeks, would you be paid?
No, I will not.
And can you pay your bills if you're not paid for 3 weeks?
No, I cannot.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Juror in seat number 2, do you get paid if you're on jury duty?
No,
Can you pay your bills?
no,
Juror in seat number 3, do you get paid while you're on jury duty?
No.
And can you pay your bills?
No.
Anyone else in seats 1 through 7? Seats 8 through 15. Juror in seat number 9. Do you get paid?
Oh, no.
Can you pay your bills if you're?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. Anyone else? Seats 8 through 15. All right. Going to the next, let's just go to the row right behind the jurors in seats 16 through 22. Anyone who does not get paid by their employer. Juror in seat 17. Hold on, we'll get you a mic. Yes, sir. Do you get paid? Do you get paid by your employer?
No.
Can you pay your bills if you're not getting your income?
No.
All right. Juror in seat number 18. Do you get paid by your employer?
no.
Can you pay your bills?
It'd be a hardship.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Anyone else in that row? Juror in seat 22.
Just get paid for the day.
Hold on. For the record, I have to ask the question. Okay,
Okay.
sorry. Do you get paid by your employer
Just for the day.
just for today? If you're not being paid, can you pay your bills?
No, it'd be hard.
All right, thank you, sir. Jurors in seat 23 through 30, who does not get paid by their employer? Seat 26. Do you get paid by your employer?
No, ma'am.
Can you pay your bills?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Juror in seat 27. Hold on, do you get paid by your employer?
Just for today.
Can you pay your bills?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Anyone else in that row? All right, jurors in seats 31 through 36. Juror in seat number 32. Do you get paid by your employer?
No, ma'am.
Can you pay your bills?
Yes, I can.
You can? All right. Thank you, sir. Juror in seat, someone else raise their paddle. Juror in seat 34. Do you get paid by your employer?
I get paid for the day.
Okay. Can you pay your bills if you're not being paid?
No.
All right. And juror in seat 36. Do you get paid by your employer?
No.
Can you pay your bills?
No.
Thank you, ma'am. Jurors in seats 38 through 45, who does not get paid by their employer? Juror in seat number 40, does your employer pay you? Can you pay your bills? All right, thank you, ma'am. Juror in seat 41, do you get paid by your employer?
I believe I get paid for today, Your Honor. I'm
right.
not sure about the few weeks, and then I wanted to bring up a medical item. I apologize, I didn't do it before.
Hold on. I got to write all this down, so
Oh,
hold on.
okay.
All right, so you're not sure if you get paid. Can you?
I'm pretty sure I get paid for today. I'm not sure if I would get paid for the duration of the trial if I was selected.
Is there someone you can call during a break to find that out?
I tried to, but I was asked to turn off my phone before, so I have no idea if anyone got back to me.
No worries, we're going to take a break soon and you'll be able to.
Okay, yeah, I
find
should
that
be able
out.
to clarify for us.
All right, so what's your medical issue?
But it would create a hardship if I'm not paid, so I wanted to
Okay,
state
that's
that.
fine.
And then high blood pressure, and I take medication for anxiety as well. So.
Juror in seat, who else in that row? Juror in seat number 42? Yes, ma'am. Do you get paid by your employer? All right, is there someone you can call during a break to find that out? All right, thank you, ma'am. Anybody else? Juror in seat 45. Yes, ma'am. Do you get paid by your employer? Can you afford to pay your bills if you don't get paid? I can't hear you. I'm sorry. No? Okay. Anyone else in that row? No. All right, jurors in seat 46 through 52. All right, starting with juror in seat 47. Do you get paid by your employer? Can you pay your bills if you're not?
It would definitely be a hardship.
Okay. Thank you. Juror in seat 48, do you get paid by your employer?
No.
Can you pay your bills?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Juror in seat 49, do you get paid by your employer?
Just for today, ma'am.
And so for the other 2 to 3 weeks, you would not be paid?
I don't know. I'll have to call.
You have to call? Okay. Thank you, sir. Did 50 raise their paddle? Juror in seat number 50, do you get paid by your employer?
No.
Can you pay your bills if you're not paid?
No, ma'am.
All right. And I can't remember, did 51 and 52 raise their paddles? 51, do you get paid by your employer?
No, ma'am.
Can you pay your bills if you're not paid? All right, thank you. All right, jurors, and 52 did not raise their paddles. All right, jurors in seats 53 to 60, anyone who doesn't get paid by their employer. Juror in seat 55. Yes, ma'am. Do you get paid?
I know I will for today. I need to find out about extended.
All right, thank you, ma'am. And juror in seat number 60.
Just for
Do you
today.
get paid by your employer?
Just for today.
Can you pay your bills if
No.
you don't get paid? No? Okay. Juror in seat number 6. Yes, ma'am.
What talk about the pay?
I can't hear a word you're saying, ma'am.
And I don't understand what it mean. The
I
pay.
understand, ma'am. I know you don't understand. Just wait 1 second, all right? Who else had their paddle up? Yeah, juror in seat number 10. Yes, sir. All right. Thank you. And 15? Do you get paid by your employer?
I believe they pay the first 3 days, but after that, they don't pay me.
All right. Thank you, sir. Anybody else who does not get paid by their employer or isn't sure and needs to make a call at the break? Juror in seat 39.
Your Honor, I would need to call just to verify to see if I get paid for the remaining.
All right, no problem. Like I said, I'm going to take a break in a few minutes, and I'd like all of you to call your employers, and we'll ask you afterwards. All right. Is there anyone, jurors 1 through 7, who has a vacation that is already paid for? Nope. Jurors 8 through 15, a vacation, juror in seat number 2. No, yeah, I'm talking about October, November. I'm sorry, I wasn't clear. In October or November. Jurors 8 through 15, anyone who has a vacation that is already paid for, October or November. I don't see anyone. Jurors 16 through 22, vacation. Juror 17. Yes, sir. Do you have a vacation that's already paid for?
Yes, from October 28th until the 31st.
All right. Thank you. Anybody else in that row? All right. Jurors 23 through 30, vacation that is already paid for. Juror in seat 29. Yes, ma'am. Is it already paid for? Can't hear you.
The last week of November.
Last week of November? Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Jurors 31 through 36, anyone who has a vacation that is already paid for. Jurors 38 through 45, anyone who has a vacation. Juror in seat 43.
The last week of October into November, the first week of November.
Okay, thank you, sir. Jurors in seats 46 through 52, vacation that's already paid for. I'm sorry. I don't, who? 38? Yes, ma'am.
I will be off on the 22nd and the 25th of October.
You're off or you
Yeah,
have?
PTO, yeah.
You have a
Vacation.
Is it already paid for?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Jurors in seats 46 through 52, vacation. Juror in seat 48. Yes, ma'am, when's it scheduled?
I will be gone October 24th through the 26th.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Jurors in seats 53 through 60. Juror in seat 55. Yes, ma'am.
October 21st through the 23rd.
Is that already paid for?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Who else? Juror in seat, what seat are you in, sir? 57. All right, thank you.
Last week of November.
Thank you. And juror in seat number 58.
November 19th through the 23rd.
All right, thank you, sir. Anybody else that I missed? All right, anyone who has child care issues or the care of a dependent person, regardless of whether they're a child or not. Seats 1 through 7. Seats 8 through 15. Juror in seat number 11. Yes, ma'am.
I'm a single mom with a 3-year-old and a 17-year-old.
Who takes care of them when you're not there?
The 3-year-old goes to daycare and the 17-year-old goes to school. She has her dad, I guess, can step in, but not the baby.
Okay. Can the children stay with their dad during the time that you'd be sequestered?
He also works. Well, the older one, two different dads. The oldest one, she can't stay with her dad. He doesn't have room for her. I guess he could stay in my house. I don't like that, but.
Okay.
The 3-year-old, the only person who can step in is my parents, but my dad is 81 and my mom's 74. They can't take care of a 3-year-old for long terms.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Anyone else in that row? All right, jurors in seats 16 through 22, child care or care of a dependent person. That includes adult parents. So, anybody? Juror in seat number 18. You got to hold the paddles up, folks. I can't see them. Okay, 18. Thanks. Yes, ma'am.
I take my kids to school every morning and then pick them up from sports every night.
And if you aren't there, who picks them up or drops them off?
That's if someone's around, but my husband works too, but he works all the way at the Space Center. At Kennedy.
Thank you. Anybody else in that room? Jurors in seats 23 through 30, child care or dependent care issues. Juror in seat number 26. Yes, ma'am.
I take my youngest elementary school daughter to and from school, and then my middle school kids, I have to pick them up from sports at 5:30.
And if you're not there, who's going to do it?
I can ask one of their friends' parents or my husband if he can get
Okay.
off work.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Juror in seat 29. Yes, ma'am.
I have 2 teenagers, but my husband is scheduled to be out of town I think it's the 10th of November through that weekend.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Jurors and Seats 31 through 36, any childcare issues or dependent adult issues? 36.
I only have daycare 3 days a week, and my husband works full-time, so.
Okay, thank you. Jurors in Seats 38 through 45, childcare or adult? Juror in seat number 40, you were telling me about your mom.
Yes, ma'am, I take care of my mothers. Doesn't have a, depends on me to doctor's appointments or groceries, things of that nature.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Juror in seat 41. I can't hear you. You need to like tip the mic a little bit. And if you're not picking her up, who's going to pick her up? Okay, thank you. Anybody else in that row? No. All right, jurors in seats 46 through 52. Yes, ma'am, 52.
I have to take care of my 93-year-old mom. She's in a total care that I have to do everything for her.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Juror in seat number 47. Yes, sir.
I have 50-50 custody of my children, so at 3 days a week, I need to drop them off in Deltona at elementary school at 7:20 in the morning and then pick them up no later than 5:30 in the afternoon.
So if you were sequestered, I'm going to assume it's your ex-wife.
I would have to arrange it with her,
Okay.
and there's no guarantees that she would be able to do that.
All righty. Thank you, sir. Jurors in seats 53 through 60. Juror in seat number 60.
I have a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old that I have to take care of. My wife goes to school after I get out of work.
Is your wife going to school online or in person?
She does both.
All right. I need for all the folks that told me they're not sure about whether they get paid or not, we're going to take a 10-minute break. I want you all to call your offices, find out if you get paid or not. If everyone will step out of the courtroom, we'll call you back in 10 minutes. Thank you. All right, folks, very quickly, the following people appear to have financial cause challenges or financial reasons for the court to excuse them. If you object, say so on the record. Juror in seat number 1 doesn't get paid. Juror in seat number 2 doesn't get paid. Juror in seat number 3 doesn't get paid. It's not that and for the record, I'm saying doesn't get paid and can't pay their bills.
And Your Honor, may I make one thing clear about juror in seat number 2? We have no objection to that woman being excused. Mr. Loyd wanted to be clear that we are objecting to her being excused based on her knowledge of folks that knew Mr. Loyd, but we have no objection to her being excused for the pay issue.
This is only folks being excused because they can't pay their bills, all right? So 1, 2, 3, 9, 17, 18, 22, 26, 27, 34, 36, 40, 45, 47, 50, 51, and 60. I heard no objections from either side on those. Those are court excusing folks for financial hardship. Next up, language difficulties. Juror in seat number 6, state.
We would move no objection.
Defense. No, that's the person that said they could pay their bills. No problem. All right, so no objections to 6 being excused as a language difficulty. Juror in seat number 12, she told me she understands 80%. You know, she seems to understand everything I'm saying, but does either side wish to move on her? The only reason I'm talking about her is because she raised her paddle when I asked about English.
And the record says 80%, so we would move.
You'd move? All right.
Yes.
Any objections?
Your Honor.
All right. 12, excused for cause for language difficulties. Number 19.
State moves.
All right. Number 20.
State moves.
No objection.
Number 46.
State moves.
No objection.
That's the last one I have for language difficulties.
That comports with the state's list as well, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Now, I have the following folks bringing up medical issues. Number 4 brought up the nosebleed. Court not inclined to excuse him because he said it just requires a tissue and he'll be fine.
No motion from the state.
All right. Number 5, severe migraines several times a week. She would expect to get several during a 3-week period. Needs to lie down. They're debilitating.
She also said she can't focus. State moves.
No objection.
All right. Number 5, excused for medical reasons. Number 10 has ADHD and high blood pressure.
No motion, Judge.
All right, bringing him back. Number 14 has anxiety.
And panic attacks. He seemed visibly distressed after the court spoke with him. We would move to strike him for cause.
Are you talking about 14 or 15?
14. Both, but 14 was the one that appeared visibly distressed to me after Your Honor spoke with him.
State has no objection to 14 or 15, Your Honor.
All right. 15 and 14 both claim anxiety, so we're going to strike them. 29 says that she has extreme anxiety. State or defense? She's the lady with the teenagers, the husband on the... I'm just trying to remind you who she is.
Yes,
She's
Your Honor.
got-
State moves.
No objection.
Okay, thanks. Moving along, the anxiety folks, let's see. I have number 41 who said he's treated for anxiety and high blood pressure, but I observed no visible signs of anxiety, but I'm not as close as you guys are, so. Anybody?
No motion at this time.
He's also a gentleman that brought up potential financial hardship. and I
Right, so I'm
believe-
going to wait until he calls
Okay.
his employer. Juror in seat 43 has anxiety.
We'd move to strike her for cause, or him for cause, excuse me, also as a vacation.
That one's that's that young man, yes.
No objection.
All right, 43 struck for medical issues. I think I had one more anxiety person. Was that it? Yeah, okay. All right, childcare issues. I have the juror in seat number 11. No childcare for the 3-year-old. 17-year-old can stay with this, I guess they're different dads, I don't know. 17-year-old can stay with the dad.
State moves.
No objection.
All right, 11 is struck, child care issues. I have number 40 already struck. Number 52 takes care of her 92-year-old mother.
No objection.
Granted, that 52 struck for dependent adult care. And that's the last one I have, I think. I had some folks saying that, the wife would have to pick them up or that or the other. So those I'm not talking about right now, but I mean, if you all have any others, let me know now that I can let go now. Nope. Defense.
41 was the gentleman that had sort of a milieu of circumstances, potential financial hardship, some healthcare concern, and he also mentioned picking up a child.
Yeah, he picks up, he's his ex, but he said his ex could take over.
Okay.
So, okay. We'll wait and see if he gets paid. All right, so coming back into the courtroom, here's what I'm gonna do, just call back in 4, 7, 8, 13, 16, 21, 23, 24, 25, 28, 30, 31, 32, 33, 35, 38, 39, 41, 42, 44, 48, 49, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, and 59. Did I say 10? We did not excuse 10. Did we excuse 10? ADHD and high blood pressure? I don't think 10. Oh, I'm sorry, 10's coming back in, sorry. So call the jurors that are left back into the courtroom. Everyone else, once those jurors are in the courtroom, you can tell the rest of them that they're discharged and free to go.
Do we want to address the folks with vacations? I'm reminded that Your Honor did that before, and that hasn't come up today.
I've struck most of the vacation folks already for other reasons. I don't want to make this too many people that are getting excused.
I understand.
So I'm just going to call some of them back in, and we'll do a second round of this, and I'll get to the vacation folks in a minute. I got most of them, and anybody who's got a last week of November, I'm not excusing. And then November 19th through the 23rd, that's Thanksgiving week. I'm not excusing them.
I think we only have 38 and 48 left.
We have what?
38 and 48, I believe, are the only two we're just confirming that we had left with vacation that were still seated.
30?
38
38, I'm sorry.
and 48.
38 is October 25th through the 28th. And 48 is the 24th through the 26th. I mean, we can talk about it. 38. She says she has a vacation scheduled October 25th through the 28th. Although what she told me was she had PTO. I was very confused about what she actually has.
Judge, as to seat 38, we had that she was out from October 22nd through the 25th.
I think she said the 22nd and the 25th that she had PTO scheduled those 2 days.
That's a Friday, Monday.
Yeah, no. PTO is training, right? Personal time off, that's just.
Paid time off. But we agree with the court that it's not a cause challenge at this point.
I don't think that's a cause challenge. And then I have 48 has a vacation from the 24th through the 26th of October.
We would leave that person at this point.
Okay, all right. So let's get the ones that are left back in here. And after the doors have closed, let the others go.
You gonna call? 54, please.
All right, folks, welcome back. Let me start with anyone who had to make a phone call. Let's see, juror in seat number 39, were you able to reach your office?
Yes, ma'am. I'm okay.
You get paid?
Yes,
All right.
ma'am. I did get paid. Thank you.
Thank you. Juror in seat number 41, were you able to reach your office?
I was not able.
Hold on.
I was not able to reach my human resources director.
Okay.
Thank you.
Juror in seat 42, were you able to reach your office?
I haven't been able to reach anyone yet.
Okay, thank you. Let's see, who else? Juror in seat 55.
Yes, ma'am, I do get paid.
Okay, thank you. And juror in seat 49 is the last one I see.
Yes, please.
Do you get paid?
Yes, deputy.
Okay, thank you, sir. I commend all your employers for paying you for jury services. Anybody I missed that was going to call? The employer, juror in seat number 4?
I do not get paid.
You do not get paid? No. All right, can you pay your bills?
Yeah,
I'm sorry?
I'm good on that, yeah.
You're good? All right. All right, thank you, sir. 21, yes.
Yes, Your Honor, I get paid, but only for 2 days.
Did you call during the break to ask him?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you pay your bills?
No.
Okay. Thank you. And then somebody else, juror in seat number 10, yes, sir. I'm sorry, yeah, you, did you call?
I did call,
And
and to my surprise, they're not paying me today or the rest.
they don't pay you at all?
No.
Can you pay your bills if you're not getting paid?
No, we're not.
All right, thank you. Anybody else I missed? Nope. All right, folks. I just have a couple more questions for you. Let me explain to you that everyone in this courtroom understands and appreciates, work piling up on your desk while you're in a trial. And we sympathize with you. However, that is not a legal excuse for me to excuse you from jury duty. So my question is very specific, which is, does anyone have something at work that is so critical that you're the only person who can do it? All right, juror in seat number 44. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
I'm a college professor, currently
Okay.
teaching courses. And while they could probably have a professor substitute for a day or two, the length of 3 weeks would be hard to do.
Are your courses taught in the morning, in the afternoon? When are they taught?
They're taught they're taught from 10 a.m. to 3:30 p.m.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Someone in the back raised their paddles. Hold on. Juror in C57, yes, sir.
Sorry, I'm a pediatric neurosurgeon, and I'm responsible for 50% of the call at my hospital, and it would be very difficult to get coverage for a 3-week period.
All right, thank you, sir. Anybody else in that row? Juror in seat number 56.
I have a couple of oral arguments that are currently scheduled for that period. I would believe this would be a tremendous excuse for getting out of those if those courts agreed, but I couldn't guarantee that from today.
Would that be in the 5th DCA?
Actually, both are in the 1st district, but
Okay.
the arguments, one would be in Tallahassee, the other would be in Jacksonville.
Okay, when are they scheduled?
One is on November 4th, the other is on November 11, I believe.
All right, so before you come back, you're going to need to call the 1st and see if it's even possible to reschedule those orals, please.
I will have people on it.
Thank you. 55, are you raising your paddle? Okay, go ahead, Anthony. You need to tip the mic a little bit so I can hear.
Is that
That's
better?
it. There you go.
Thank you. I work for a defense contractor, and meeting customer deliveries could be jeopardized. I'm not sure, but they may be.
Who does it when you're on vacation?
I don't take vacation often, ma'am.
Okay. Is it Lockheed Martin that you work for?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else? Juror in seat number 8.
Hi, I'm a closing coordinator. I usually have somebody else that closes the houses, but the first week in November, she has a paid vacation, so I have to be able to close the houses for her that week.
So you're a closing agent?
Yes.
If you weren't there, who would do it for you?
I'm not sure. I'll have to find out who else can cover, because I'm covering for somebody that week. And we will have to try to find somebody that will be able to do it. I'm not sure who. I can find out.
Thank you, ma'am. Anybody else? All right. 53. Yes, ma'am.
I work for myself.
You work for yourself? Or your son,
I
right?
sell food.
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble hearing you. Who do you work for?
Just tilt it this way. Okay. I work for myself. I have daily.
Okay, so you work for yourself. You have a deli?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have employees?
No.
So you'd have to close the deli?
Yes, I open.
Can you afford to close the deli for 3 weeks?
No. Already I closed today. No.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
You will.
All right. Does anybody have any other issue that I haven't thought of that you need to tell me about now? You got to raise your placard. Seat 23. Yes, sir. You got to hold the mic like this. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Couldn't tell you that I have anxiety and I'm prone to panic attacks. I take. I couldn't tell. It's blocked out. I do get that a lot. I do get panic attacks a lot, and I have anxiety. I get blocked out, so I have to take hydroxychloroquine, which helps me out a little bit, but I need further evaluation.
Okay, thank you, sir. Seat 54. Yes, sir.
Yes, I'm a military case officer in the Army Reserves, and I was also a former law enforcement officer.
I didn't catch the last part. And you what? You were former police officer?
Former law
All
enforcement.
right. Stay in the courtroom for me for a minute, please. Thanks. At the end, I want to talk to you for a minute. Seat number 59. Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. I had death in the family, and we're going to have services within the week or so.
Okay. I'm sorry to hear that, sir. When you say within a week or so, are you expecting services to be next week?
Yes, on the 22nd.
On the 22nd of October?
Yes.
And can you tell me who this person was? What their relation to you was?
My son.
Your son? That's heartbreaking, sir. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
Are you able to concentrate on what we're doing?
Honestly, I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. All right, folks. I don't have any other questions. Anybody else? I don't have any other questions for you. Give me just a second to talk to the lawyers. I'll be right back with you. Thanks. All right, folks, you can go ahead, Teresa, because we're going to start blue dotting, folks. All right, some of you are coming back for individual questioning. If you hear me call your number, meet this clerk right here, right there at that table. She's going to give you a blue colored dot with a time on it. All of you are returning at 9 a.m. on Monday morning for individual questioning in this courtroom. You just come to this courtroom. And she's also going to give you a slip of paper to call in case something goes wrong and we have to cancel. Juror in seat number 4. Juror in seat number 7. It would be very helpful if you'll pull your badge out of that plastic holder so they can get the blue dots on there. You're listening, when you call the jury number, you're listening for colors. There's too many of you to call numbers and names, so we just call you back by color, like the blue dot group return at such and such time. All right, so juror in seat number 4, number 7, juror in seat number 8, juror in seat 13, (16) 24, 25, 28, 30, 31, 32, Too many? Okay, sorry. I'll slow down. Tell me when you guys have caught up. Sorry. So we have 28 and 30. All right, in this row, it's 24, 25, 28, and 30. Once you've got your number and your information, you're free to go. Please leave the paddles. You're free to go once you've got those numbers. Just leave your paddles. The mask are a gift from us to you. You can go once you have it, your blue dot and your pad and your number. You can go. See you Monday at 9 a.m. You have to return Monday at 9 a.m. All right, juror in seat number 31, seat number 32. Come on out, folks. Just come on out to the clerk. Leave your paddles on your chairs, and that way, as soon as you have what you need, you can go. Juror in seat number 33, seat number 35, seat number 38. Yeah. Seat number 39. Seat number 41. Which seat are you? You're 41?
Yeah, and I also work for a tech startup, so it would create a hardship.
All right, juror in seat 41. Can you pay your bills if you're not getting paid? All right, you're excused. Juror in seat 42. Juror in seat 44. Juror in seat 48. 49. Juror in seat 54, if you'll remain in the courtroom for me, please. Juror in seat 53, you're excused. 55. That's it for the 9 o'clocks. This is the 2 o'clock group. You're returning Monday at 2 o'clock, juror in seat number 56. Oh, sorry. Juror in seat number 58. 56 and 58 are 2 o'clock. The rest of you are excused with the thanks of the court, except for juror in seat 54. I need to ask you a couple questions, all right? Thanks. All right, if we could give this gentleman a microphone, just so I can ask him a couple questions. You can sit if you want, sir. All right, sir, you said you're former law enforcement, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. I was a police officer at UCF.
All right, do you, have you heard about this case?
Yes, ma'am. I've been following the news.
All right, have you formed an opinion as to whether?
One moment.
Can you stand right here for us? So
Yes.
Court reporter can.
Can you point your mask out a little bit?
Sure. What exactly do you repeat?
I'm sorry?
Do you need me to repeat anything for you?
The last answer.
She asked me where I was as a law enforcement officer, and I was over at UCF Police Department. And then another question was if I've been following the case, and I have. I'm
sorry, sir.
I've been following the case in the news.
Have you formed an opinion as to Mr. Loyd's guilt?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is that?
I believe that he was premeditating. If he yes, he knew he was going to.
All right, stop. Let me just ask you a question. Can you put that guilt aside and presume him to be innocent?
I don't think I can, ma'am.
All right, state.
We move, Judge.
Defense. All right, sir, thank you. You're excused.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're
Good
free
luck
to
to
go.
you.
Thanks.
Ma'am.
All right, that's it for this panel. Maybe the next.
All right, I can do it after.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I have a case for the court and the state. It's Wheeler v. State. I'm going to move the court to reconsider your previous ruling about the admissibility of Mr. Loyd being beaten.
Oh, I'm not getting into that right now.
I know, I just
Yeah.
wanted to give this to Your Honor.
Yeah.
We just have a continuous objection to people being excused based on knowledge of that, and that's the only reason I wanted to.
Based on knowledge of what?
Of Mr. Loyd being beaten and losing his eye.
Okay. Yeah. You guys are going to have to get with Trina and find some time to schedule all this stuff. Yeah. Thanks. And I will tell you that, are you asking me to revisit the order I issued in limine? So you're, in other words, you're asking for a rehearing? Yes. Motion for rehearing denied. Thank you. All right, take a break, folks.